The next person on the list is Kathryn Holden, Community Committee for the Procurement of a Public Park at 11 Wellesley Street West.
Good morning.
Morning. You have 5 minutes. Your microphone in front of you has to have the yellow light on.
I have done that.
Perfect.
Good morning, members of the committee. Thank you for the opportunity to be heard on this important community issue. I personally have had eye surgery recently, and I'm not going to be able to read my own notes, so I've asked Norm Waite to help me out by reading my notes. I did send you a letter, but my notes differ significantly from that letter. So I'm going to go over to the overhead projector because I have some things to put on there, and Norm is going to read what I would have spoken if I could have read my notes. I hope you will indulge me.
I would like to ask the committee some questions. Number one, who is planning for park development in our fast-growing downtown? Number two, is there a real plan in place that is actively being applied? Number three, who is taking the lead on downtown park acquisition? 4, who is responsible for this park acquisition file? 5, can we take this opportunity of the resignation of Premier McGuinty and the proroguing of the government to take another harder look at this piece of property called the East of Bay Lands? And 6, is there the possibility of a multi-phase purchase of this property over a period of years? Our community is a community completely out of balance. We are getting more people every year, and we are getting less park space every year. Our community is experiencing that we must take the lead if we want a park. In fact, we believe that green space acquisition should be a steady, never-ending plan of the city. It should be a matter of automatic compliance with the official plan and bylaws of the City of Toronto for the acquisition of green space. We believe that the city cannot continue to have developers pay cash in lieu of green space. That cash will never be invested in the downtown where the densest population is to be found. Why? Because there will be no green space to acquire. Again, our community is a community completely out of balance. BCCA map. Our area is less than 1 kilometer square. 2, population. We have in excess of 12,250 residents, mainly along Bay Street and Yonge Street. Number 3, condo development. Ward 27 has 139 active applications, construction sites, of which 129 are high and higher-rise condominiums. In the BCCA, there are 9 active sites, plus the Women's College Hospital redevelopment. 4, parkland. There is approximately 1 square foot per person in the BCCA community. My quintile shows 0 hectares of parkland per 1,000 people. The average for the BCCA is 0.03 hectares of parkland per 1,000 residents. This community is desperately in need of a park for the mental and physical health of its residents. Help us stay healthy. Help us get that park.
And one final comment. This asset is so important. If it becomes a condominium, it can never be a park. You really, I ask you to so seriously consider that question. This asset can be the throbbing heart of a community, or you can take the heart out of the community and leave it to exist without a heart. Thank you.
Thank you. Questions for the deputant? None? Sorry, I've got a couple. I just want to, your overhead that you have with the black boxes on it, I was just wondering what the black boxes are.
Those are the 10 sites that are currently being constructed. They are, I don't know, do you want to know what they are?
Are they condominium?
9 of them are condominiums. One is Women's College Hospital. The condominiums range in height from 45 to 55 stories.
Okay. And my next question, I don't mean to be sarcastic when I ask it. It's just that, so my wife and I, we have 3 young children. So if we're trying to decide where to live, and we live in the suburbs, because that's where my ward is, but if I'm trying to decide where to live when it comes to parkland or parkland amenities, I know that in the downtown core that I'm going to have less parkland space for my children. Like, that's a matter of choice, that if you live downtown, you know you're going to have less parkland than in the suburbs.
So are you asking me to comment on that?
I'm just saying that, so you have, like, Queen's Park Circle is right there, and I know, like, wouldn't you accept that when you're in downtown, like, you said that in some, you're going to have less parkland than in other areas, but wouldn't you accept that when you live downtown, you would expect to have less parkland than you would in the suburbs?
Do you expect to have 0 hectares of land per 1,000 people? That's so dramatic that I don't think. Okay, so and I would like to answer on one other level as well. Toronto is the second lowest parkland city in all of North America. There, I included a statistic sheet with my letter.
Sorry, I asked you a question about wouldn't you expect there'd be less parkland in the downtown core than
I
in the
would
suburbs?
expect that, but I would also expect there would be some parkland, and Queen's Park is a wonderful park. It is a ceremonial park. It is a very high-use park for events. Word in the Street was there recently. In previous summers, we've had events there every weekend. And we get the leftovers. If we wanted to take children to the park on the weekend and Queen's Park was the only park, it's not possible.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you again.
Thank you.